What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. And today we are back with yet again 2 new props that are fresh off the printer. We have this guy here. Some of you may already know what this is by just looking at it, along with this. We're going to talk about these today along with one of my blunders. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so as you can see, we have 2 new props in front of us today. And one is, as you may have guessed, Dark Magician Girl Staff. And the other is Venti Lyri from Genshin Impact. I'm not sure which one I want to talk about. I guess I'll go ahead and get the blunder out the way first. So let's put Venti Lyri to the side, here. And we're gonna talk about Dark Magician Girl Staff. It's not assembled, but it's an extremely easy assemble. It comes in 3 parts. It's got 2 pegs that you literally just push into one another. But before I assemble that, this right here is kind of like a continuation of the last episode I was talking about, well, actually the one before last, about 3D printing props in large pieces as one piece. So when it came to printing this prop, specifically this piece of it, I had the option to slice it in half, and I chose not to do that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and print it all in one go. And that's what I did, and this is what happened the first time I did it. So I was actually printing it on my CR10, and I had to do a filament swap. Well, while doing said filament swap, I was using my CR10 V3, and I slightly lowered or raised, I can't remember at the time, the extruder. And as a result, I could not get it back to the level that I wanted. Or it was that I couldn't get it back to the level I wanted, or it was like too close to the print. Something happened, and long story short, it couldn't continue. This right here is about half, about half the size of this, as you can see. So that meant that this was, I don't know, maybe a day and a half or so worth of printing, all down the drain. All this filament is gone, nothing I can do. So this is, completely useless. But I was able to print it a second time with no problems, which is great. But this is one of the perils of printing large props, is like I was telling you guys, that you waste the time, you waste the filament, and it really sucks when these things mess up. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm probably just throw it away. I could turn it into a planner. A lot of people do that, but I don't know. In case you guys haven't ever seen the inside of a 3D printed prop, that's what it looks like. But that's a risk you always run when you do large 3D prints. So just a little, quick tidbit if you're getting into 3D printing. This is something you may run into, so you have to weigh the pros and cons of printing your large item as one piece. But anyways, I'm going to grab the glue over here, and I just dropped a piece of my whatever Jinx grenade, but that's okay. I decided to actually go back to gel for this, super glue, because this has very, very large surfaces and it's held together very well by the pegs. So there's no need to use a glue as strong as the JB Weld when this right here will fit perfectly fine. So we're going to go ahead and get this assembled, and I'll see you guys in a second, and then we'll talk about it some more. So let's get this assembled. All right, guys, so here it is assembled. It is going to go ahead and dry. And while that's doing that, well, actually, let's put a little bit more glue on here just to try to seal that tiny gap that's forming for some reason, because our next piece doesn't need any glue. So actually, we can pop this off a little bit and just put some more glue on here. A lot more doesn't hurt. There we go. That's a lot more glue. So we'll let that set for a little bit. And yes, Venti Lyri here does not have any gluable parts. So I think that's, yeah, that's good. That's gonna dry. So again, this has no gluable parts. I printed all in one piece, which is very nice. And we're just gonna go ahead and cut the supports off of this. So let's do that. so we just finished getting all of our support filament off of this item, and it looks really, really good. I'm very astounded at the way this came out. Again, I love the quality of my CR10s. This piece looks great. There's a little bit of support material in here that I need to get off, but otherwise, this looks phenomenal and I'm loving it. Again, this was all printed as one piece, so boom, hit print on your CR10 and it creates this. So loving it. You guys can see the detail on that here. I'll definitely show you a close-up of it. As you guys can see, it's very sturdy and loving it. So that's one piece down. And you can see our Dark Magician Girl staff is now officially glued together. It is not coming apart because super glue, again, this is dollar store super glue, very, very strong and loving it. I'm definitely going to be printing more of these, and I actually may give these two pieces away at Super GalaxyCon Raleigh. I'm gonna have a few pieces I'm gonna give away, so if you guys do see me, you know, I will be giving away a few items, and definitely come up and say hello, hey, if you do follow the channel. But that's these two pieces. So again, before we exit out, let's take a closer look at these. So here is Venti Lyri in its beauty. Very, very nice piece. Loving the way that it came out. As again, you guys can see all the detail right there in the front. I guess you could say technically carved in or printed in, along with the detail on the sides there. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, yes. Like cord strings in the middle. So that's Venti Lyri. And let's move on to Dark Magician Girl staff. So as you can see, here we have Dark Magician Girl staff. I think it's about 4 feet tall, somewhere in between 3.5 to 4 feet tall. But that is it. So absolutely loving this piece as well. All right guys, so hopefully you enjoyed these two pieces as much as I do. This piece is actually pretty heavy now that I'm feeling it. It's a little bit top heavy, but still nothing to handle. This will be a great piece for any Dark Magician Girl cosplayers out there. I think I'm going to eventually print Dark Magician staff also, but you know, haven't done that yet. And if you're cosplaying from Genshin Impact, Venti Lyri here will also be available in my store. And again, I will be giving this piece for sure away at Super GalaxyCon. So if you bump into me, you could just win this. So anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. It's always a pleasure to make props and for you guys, you know, to see some of the props I made along with the trials and tribulations I go through as with this piece. So 3D printing isn't always, you know, nice. So anyways, thank you guys so much. And until next time, stay boundless. See you all. Bye-bye.